All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back or welcome for the first time to the Electric Vibe podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, J. David, the Electric Man Silva. I hope you're all doing well today. And of course, my partner in crime is none other than Mr. Kurt Hoffman. Kurt, how are you tonight?
Dude, I can't wait we've got our guest right here, right now, and folks, it's audio only. We'll have a picture up for you, Greg, that displays Frank in all his glory and splendor, so don't you worry about that. We got you on the visual part. But the fact of the matter is, we've got the man in the room that we have been wanting to talk to since we met him at the Green Room in June last year in 2025, preceding Celebration for Prince. And it is the 10th anniversary of Prince's passing, lest we forget, and the 40th anniversary of Under the Cherry Moon and the soundtrack Parade. And our guest today just happens to be in the video for a little song called Mountains, right? So, but we're going to go before we go to Prince and the universe, we got to keep it Detroit in the house because the man who we're speaking to today is from the streets of Detroit, Michigan. If you know anything about Detroit, you know that music isn't just entertainment there. It is the air that people breathe. Our guest today grew up in that air. He worked for one of the biggest acts in the world before most people were out of high school. He went from protecting the stage to standing on it and ultimately became part of one of the most iconic groups in music history, Prince and the Revolution. Now, Jay, David, and I are not strangers to this man. Like I said, we had the pleasure of meeting him in person when Martin Kember performed at the Green Room as a tribute to Prince last year. We've got the pictures to prove it. And trust me, that was a special night. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce the one and only Brother Brooks, Greg Brooks, to the Electric Vibe. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Greg Brooks. Greg, sir, how are you doing this fine evening, sir?
Good, 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 good. A beautiful thing, man. I'm glad to be on with you guys.
Dude, this has been a long time in the making. We wanted to have you on an episode where we were talking about the Sign of the Times concert film, but we got you. The spotlight tonight, my man, is on you. So we are so thrilled to have you here. Jay, do you want to take your
Yeah,
first question?
I do. And Greg, Brother Brooks, it is great to have you, as Kurt said. And, the Green Room was a night to remember. We got to spend some time together very quickly, had some conversation. And, it makes this conversation feel long overdue. So we're so glad that you're here today. You carry a lot of history, and we want to go back. I mean, we want to go deep back to the beginning. Let's start at your very beginning. Take us through your childhood and your formative years.
Well, my childhood, my dad was a disc jockey in the city of Detroit. And so I was always around entertainers as a kid. I can remember when my dad was on the radio, and my dad worked at a club called the 20 Grand in Detroit. He was a DJ at the 20 Grand. And Parliament Funkadelic played the 20 Grand almost every weekend. So my dad took me and my brothers down there one night. I think I was maybe 7 years old.
Wow.
And he put me on stage with George Clinton to dance with them. And I was so scared of them, I just stood up there and cried. I cried the whole time. And I can't believe 10 years later, 11 years later, I was actually going on tour with George. It was amazing. It was amazing. That was the Billy Sparks era because I met Billy through my dad when I was a kid. And Billy used to do shows and this, that, the other. And that's how he met my dad. But Billy used to come to our home and he used to be at our home like almost every day, almost every day. And he would bring videos and this, that, the other. And then he would do different groups. And during my summer vacations from junior high school, I used to go on the road with Billy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I used to help the stage crew set up the stage and this, that, the other, you know. And then once high school was over, that's when I started going on the road full time with Parliament Funkadelic. And what I did with them I handled the concessions with Parliament Funkadelic. I did the T-shirts, the posters,
Oh, cool.
and this, that, the other. So we did a tour like all over the country, and I did Parliament. I did Bootsy's Rubber Band.
Oh,
I did Isley Brothers. I did Rick James. I
uh,
did so many artists just by doing the concessions.
wow.
And I can remember being with Rick James. And it kind of got, I'm not going to go into real details, but it kind of got a little too much for me. And I called Billy and I said, man, Billy, I need to come home, man. It's kind of a little too much for me out here in this tour. And I loved Rick. Don't get me wrong. I loved him, man. And Billy said, man, we doing the Prince tour. This was because we did Prince before because we were doing different dates on Dirty Mind.
Mhm.
We didn't have the whole tour, but we were doing dates on Dirty Mind. And so he said, man, we just got the full Prince tour. And this was the Controversy tour. This was Controversy tour. Now, mind you, as coming up, all the R&B shows that came to Detroit was Billy Sparks and Quentin Perry shows. It was a company called Taurus Production in Detroit. They did all the R&B shows that came to Detroit. So saying that, I used to run all backstage security for all those shows. Yeah. So he landed Prince. He said, man, we're going to do Prince. That's when I totally let the concession business go and I started doing backstage security for Prince.
Wow.
But I wasn't on Prince's payroll now. I was on Billy Sparks' payroll.
Mm.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And 1 second. Yeah. And it was the controversy tour because it was Morris Day. The Time was their first tour. Matter of fact,
Right.
'cause they
Sure.
opened up the tour. It was the Time, Roger Troutman and the Zap Band,
Mhm.
and Prince. And I used to do my job, man, and my job was to handle all backstage, talk to the building manager, talk to chief of security, tell them this is what's got to happen. This has got to be like this. We don't allow this. We don't allow that.
Mm.
But mind you, that first tour, full tour that we did with Prince, I never knew Prince knew my name.
Mhm.
I never knew he knew my name.
We've heard
But I
that
didn't
one
really
before.
care if he knew my name or not at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just doing my job.
Mhm.
So I didn't care. Let's just get this money, man, and keep it moving.
Right.
You know. So yeah. So
You know what,
that
Greg?
was
Greg, let me just jump in for a minute because I just want to go back for a minute.
okay.
So you're a young guy. You're working for Parliament Funkadelic.
Yes.
What was that experience like for you, being that young but being around these cats and just touring the country?
Right. Take us in the mothership, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 17. I was 17 going on 18
Yeah.
Okay.
at that time. And it was, and what we used to do, man, we wasn't riding custom coach buses. We wasn't flying. We had a van. And it was
Mhm.
me and four other guys. We were driving around the country with the merchandise. But the whole thing about it is we drove from Detroit. Never forget it. First show was in San Bernardino, California.
Wow.
San Bernardino. And I'm doing concession. I'm selling. So whatever it was, whatever I sold for that night,
Mm.
I got 30%.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
30%.
That's pretty
Unbelievable,
good.
man.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
17 and the first show, man, my little 30%, I made like $800. I was like, oh
Shit.
my God.
$800 back in 1981 or
Yes,
78 or
it
whatever,
was
man.
amazing, man. I could
Yeah.
not believe it.
Ish.
And I can remember because my mom never wanted me to go. My mom never
Mm.
wanted me to go. And my dad said, let the boy grow up. Let him go.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
know. So my mom, I remember I was in California. I was in LA. And I'm sitting in the hotel. So I said, let me call my mom. And my mom says, I'm so happy you called. I said, what's going on, Mom? She said, Chrysler and General Motors want you to come and take a physical. And I said, Mom, you know what you can tell Chrysler and General Motors? What they can do? It was crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But my dad, man, I'm gonna tell you, my dad, man, there wasn't a place in the United States that I would go that I couldn't call my dad, and my dad would give me a number. Call this guy, and he'll take care of you. And this guy used to come by my hotel, man, and say, "Man, you know what? If it wasn't for your dad, Jimmy Brooks, I wouldn't be in this game today."
Wow.
But my
Well,
dad was my hero, man. My
I
dad, and
got
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna take you back to this. I remember my dad. It was a James Brown show. I was 10.
ooh,
Took me and my brother to see James Brown.
mm,
Now we didn't go in through the front door. We went through the backstage area.
okay.
But it was killing me, and I was looking because they was treating my dad like he was James Brown. They was like sucking up to my father, and I was like, "Oh, that's what I want to do."
Mhm.
I'm 10 years old, and I knew right then I wanted to be in this music game, one way or the other.
One
Yeah,
way or the other, right?
one way or the other. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've
So,
seen a lot.
Brooks,
Yes,
tell us about your father and what's his name? We want to know.
Jimmy
So he
Brooks.
was. What's that?
Jimmy Brooks is my dad's name.
Okay, Jimmy Brooks. Shout out to him, and thank you for giving your son the tools that he needed to survive in the entrepreneurship that was Greg Brooks, man. I mean, he gave you the tools to survive in this business. So, with having a DJ father shape the way you think about music and performance, did you ever get to watch him work in this environment besides, when people were treating him like a hero,
And did
like James Brown?
because my dad, when he left radio, my dad went to Stax Recording Company, and he was working for Stax. And my dad was doing stuff
Wow.
with Isaac Hayes at that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
working for Stax, and it was great, man. I've seen a lot of entertainers, and he went
Yeah.
from Stax. He went to Mercury Records.
Wow. You still there,
My
Brooks?
dad worked, and
Oh,
I tell you, man, my dad was my hero.
oh
He
my
was my
goodness.
hero. I'm here. Are you still there?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
that's okay.
yep.
We had a little brief hiccup there. No big deal.
Yeah, my phone was ringing, so I had to turn it off. Yes.
Well, you're just in demand, man. When you're Greg
That's right.
Brooks, come on now.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I want to jump in, Brother Brooks, and hearing about your dad and him being working for Stax and being a DJ, and then you obviously being out on the road with some icons. Is there a singular moment that you can think back to, like one moment or one event? Because I know you said that you wanted to be in the game, and you said this is what you
Wow.
wanted to do in entertainment. Is there one moment early in your life that you were like, "This is it"? A specific show, something like
Yeah.
that?
Here, looking at you got hello.
Yeah, we got you, man.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, you know what, man? To be honest, I had been up since a kid, man, and Billy had me around these entertainers, man. And I used to always tell people, man, I'm kind of hard to impress, man.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because from a little kid, man, I was around it. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
sure.
it wasn't like I was excited about anything. You know what I'm saying? I was with the Jacksons. I was with, I had been with so many people before Prince,
Sure.
you know. And so I can't, I'm going to tell you the only thing that excited me about the whole entertainment thing was the Prince thing. And
Sure.
I'm gonna say the Prince thing, and it was the Purple Rain thing, right? And I can remember
Yep.
Christmas Day. I remember Christmas Day.
Yep.
Prince came in for sound check, and the band was kind of late, but he went on stage and he was playing the piano, and he had the drum machine going, and I'm standing on the side of the stage, and being on the side of the stage, I'm singing the song that he's playing to myself. And he says to me, Brooks, go get on my mic. And I did, because I'm aggressive. I did. I
Oh, yeah.
did.
You're
You
not
know,
shy.
no, not at all. So then the band kind of came in and sound check started. But when sound check was over, Prince says to me, he said, Brooks, I didn't know you could sing a little bit. And me being the aggressive person that I am, I said, brother, I do it all, Prince. I said, if Brown Mark quit today, I can get up there and take his place. Just joking,
Yay.
because I can't play bass at all. You know,
Right.
I can't play bass at all. But this is just something that I'm telling him. You know,
Man, you got to have some bravado, man. Come on.
yeah. I'm aggressive like that.
Come
You
on.
know,
Yeah.
and it was crazy. But he came to me. He come to me a week later, and he says, Brooks, I'm thinking about bringing Jerome out on the road with us. And I said, okay. And he said, what I think me, you, Jerome, and Wally ought to make up this routine off of Baby I'm a Star. And he said, and all four of us will have we'll wear suits, right? And I said, oh, okay, cool. So when he brought Jerome out and we rehearsed it at sound check, and from that point on, we did it every night on the show.
Mhm.
Was one of the highlights of the Purple Rain tour.
Yes.
I
We
mean,
did it.
Right.
We did it every night on this show.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then he says to me, he said, Brooks, we're going to do that on the American Music Awards. And I said, oh
Yeah.
my God, let me call my mama.
Of course.
And that was the only time I've ever been excited.
Mhm.
Got to make your mama happy.
I
That's
said,
a
let me
gr
call my mama.
That is a great moment. Wow.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
You know what, Greg, explain to me your relationship with Prince. Explain to me
Right?
how you all got along and what he meant to you.
Man. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would talk to other people. Me and Prince, man, after we start talking, when we finally start talking, he starts saying more and more to me. I start saying more and more to him. He
Mhm.
started asking me to do different things, and I would do different things for him. And then we would go out to dinner, man. Unbelievable. And people used to say, oh, he's that close to Prince already. But me and him used to go out to dinner. And he used to tell me things, you know what I'm saying? And he used to tell me stuff, and we would talk, and then I used to tell him stuff about how I used to work with Parliament Funkadelic, how I
Yeah,
was with the
sure.
Isley Brothers, and he was so excited about that stuff, you know? And
Well,
we would just
he had a seasoned veteran like you to help him navigate the next phase of his career. I mean, let's face it, the guy knew how to play chess,
yeah,
with his career, and you were an important part of that chessboard, man. Come on now.
yeah, because I'll tell you, Billy Sparks came to me, and Billy says to me, Brooks, Prince do not have you coming on stage every night for nothing.
Mm.
That
You
part.
know, he don't have you doing that baby I'm a
Yep,
star thing for nothing.
correct.
I say, what do you mean? He said, Prince got something up his sleeve. And I said, oh, okay.
Mhm,
And then the last show of the Purple Rain tour, which was in Miami,
mhm.
Prince called me to his room and he says, well, Brooks, I'm putting the group together, the family. He said, I want you and Wally to do something with the family. He said, what do you think? And I said, okay, Prince, I'm with you, baby. Whatever you want to do, I'm with you. You know, so we did that.
You
Yeah.
mentioned the name Wally Safford, Greg. Can you
Yes,
talk to
yes.
us about the late great? First there was Ollie, then there was Wally, as he would say often, and
Yeah.
his wonderful book that he put out. And we lost him just a couple years ago,
Yeah.
unfortunately, in the
Yeah.
wake of COVID. Can you talk a little about your brother there, Wally
Yeah.
Safford?
I called him Gator. I called him Wally Gator. That's what I called him all the time, you know. But me and Wally, we kind of went back. But see, I traveled with Billy, and Wally was Billy's brother-in-law because Billy is married to Wally's sister,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
you know, and Wally was a little younger at that time. So he didn't, Wally was only around when the French thing was around, you know, doing the Prince. And we had a little security crew and we all did our parts. I handled backstage.
Mhm.
We had another guy who handled the backstage door. We had Wally. Wally used to help Chick with Prince, and you know we had our team, which Prince called the Purple Gang. You know, so we had our team, But me and Wally was really close. Me and Wally was really close because we're from Detroit. We were the only my team was the only ones from Detroit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't a bodyguard or anything like that because I handled all backstage. I made sure
Mhm.
Prince's dressing room was this, that, and the other. I made sure, everything was good. We had a thing where we didn't allow people backstage, and I made sure that that happened.
Mhm.
I made sure that happened. You know,
Everybody
Chick,
playing their part. Yep.
everybody played their part.
Mhm.
And Chick was my man, you know what I'm saying? So we had a team that was good, but we were the only ones from Detroit. And people used to say, and I remember when Purple Rain started, because Hucky and Gilbert now were,
Gilbert.
because we were in Minnesota doing production rehearsals. We only came out when the tour started, right? And the tour started in Detroit, and Hucky and Gilbert and them, and they seen me, I'm running stuff, and we got the team, and they was like, "Well, who is these guys?"
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And Prince
Yeah.
was like, "That's my purple gang. That's the gang.
Mhm.
Those my guys." So yeah, yeah. But Wally, man, me and Wally were really close because
Just
in the beginning, me and Wally shared a room together. We
Mm.
just this, that, the other. You know what I'm saying? But we had a team, man. We were from Detroit, and I
yep.
knew, and I used to tell Wally, and I used to tell the other guys, man, you know, we're from Detroit, man. We're the only ones that's in this organization that's from Detroit.
Yep.
And
Yep.
when you
You know,
mentioned Detroit, Greg, I think of the fact that a DJ like the Electrifying Mojo,
yeah,
Mm.
okay,
yeah,
broke Prince, was one of the first major cities in the US that really rallied around Prince and his music.
yes.
And if it wasn't for your hometown, Prince may not have broken out like he did on the 1999 tour,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah. And I tell you, man, Billy Sparks really worked hard on breaking Prince here. You know what I mean?
hey, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
we,
Right.
like I said, because we were like when Dirty Mind, we were just doing dates on Dirty Mind.
Yeah.
We didn't have the whole tour. We was just doing dates. We would do Detroit. We would do Chicago.
Okay.
We would
So
do Cincinnati. We was just
the
doing the surrounding areas.
the Midwestern circuit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Midwestern, Indianapolis.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Was Cleveland in the mix there too?
Cleveland, yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
Cleveland, Cincinnati, Detroit, Chicago, Indianapolis. And then we would even
Big market.
Billy. It even had Houston, Texas.
Oh,
We
wow.
went as far as Houston,
Yep.
so we
Yep.
Oh,
were
wow.
just doing those dates, man. But in between all of that, we were doing other tours. We were doing other tours in between that. But when Billy said, man, Prince gave me the whole tour, that's when we
Mhm.
kicked it right there. Yeah.
And you know what, Greg, I'm gonna kind of follow that path because when you and Wally officially became full members of the Revolution
Hmm.
in '86, now how did that change things for you personally and professionally? Because there's a difference between being in the room and then being on the marquee, right? Being
Right,
on the stage. So,
right.
what did that mean to Greg Brooks?
It meant a lot to me because, I mean, it meant a lot. But when I used to tell my friends, because when I found out about actually being in the revolution, it was a surprise to me. Because when I get a call, when Prince and Jerome went to do Under the Cherry Moon,
Mhm.
I came home because we were doing rehearsals for the family
Mhm.
and they
Right.
had to leave to go do Under the Cherry Moon. So I
Mhm.
came home to Detroit. And about a month later, I get a call from the office saying, Brooks, Prince wants you over there to do some videos. Now, all the time, I'm thinking videos for the family. I never asked that question, but this is what was on my mind when you said videos, right?
Mhm.
So when I fly over, they were on the set. Matter of fact, they were on the set doing America. They were doing America. And you see, when they were doing America, Wally and Jerome was not on stage because I
Right.
hadn't made it. I hadn't made it yet. So Wally and Jerome wasn't on stage doing America with Prince. But when I got there, Prince says, Brooks, I need you to ride with me.
Mm.
So I rode with him, and he tells me the family is no longer a group. And I was like, "What?" He was like, "The family is no longer a group." And he says, "I want you, Wally, Jerome, and Miko to join the revolutions." And I was in shock.
Wow.
That shocked me.
Mhm.
I was like, "What?" You know, yeah, that was something. That was something for me. And he said, "What do you think?" And I always said, "Prince, I'm with you all the way, baby. Whatever you want to do, I'm
Great.
with you.
Yep.
I'm with you." Yeah. And that was something, man. And then Prince, see, people, I don't know if a lot of people understood, and I know people in the band did. Me and Prince had a relationship, man. We had a relationship
Yeah.
that, he used to call me, man, and we used to go out to dinner all the time, man. And me and him used to just talk, we used to talk. And I
Mhm.
was a joker, you know what I'm saying? I was a joker.
Yeah.
And he would say to me, Brooks, he used to tell me little things, right? And I used to tell Prince, I'm gonna write a book on you, don't you? And we had signed a waiver where we couldn't do that. But I used to joke with him all the time, I'm gonna write a book.
Yeah.
But he used to tell me stuff, man, that I won't share.
It's a unique experience, Greg, that
It
you've
seemed
had.
like he wanted me to put in a book or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, he just told me a lot of stuff, man, that is just unbelievable. You know. But I have it in my mind. I have some of it written down. But he used to tell me a lot, man. He told me a lot.
Those
You know.
memories. Wow.
Yeah. I remember a lot, man. I love that brother. When you talking about love, I love that brother.
Mhm.
Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt, do you mind if I just jump in very quickly?
I
Because
don't
there's
mind at all.
one
He's giving
one
us gems here. So,
absolutely. You know what, Greg, we wanna talk to you about Cat Glover,
Okay.
and,
Yeah.
our dear cat.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously, you all had chemistry on stage and in the Sign of the Times movie.
Yeah.
What was your relationship like with Cat, and what did she mean to you?
Cat was I liked Cat really from the first time I met her. And I remember before I met Cat, I was Prince called me on the phone. Prince called me on the phone because he was in LA or something at a club. And I
Mhm.
guess he seen Cat dancing at a club. And he
Oh.
called me on the phone and said, Brooks, what do you think about a girl taking Jerome's place?
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay, okay. So we were doing something, and Kat came when she first came to Minneapolis. We were doing some stuff before she got there. Because I actually met her at a party that Prince, because I had some things, what it was, I had some things on my mind. I had things on my mind, and Prince said, Brooks is out of the ordinary, what's going on? And I was like, man, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. And he
Mhm.
was like, no, man, something's going on. So he gave a party that night. And he had a big sign saying, Brooks, cheer up already. Damn. You know,
Mm.
that was crazy. Yeah.
A little
And-
housequake reference. Okay.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yes, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. He said, Brooks, cheer up already. Damn. At the party.
Ah.
And Atwater was with me. And it
Yeah.
was the first time Prince met Atwater. Met Atwater. And it's a
Mr.
funny.
Anthony Atwater, let's give us
Yes.
a shout out. Anthony, I had a lovely conversation with him the
Oh,
last
yeah.
weekend,
Yeah.
and he's
It,
your right-hand man helping things out.
that's my man. That's my man now.
Shout out. Salute, sir.
That's my man. But the story was really funny with Atwater. Because I was like doing something. I think I was in the lobby playing cards with Sheila and a couple other people.
Oh, cool.
And Frank came out of the party and he got this cloth and he's wiping off his suit, right? He's wiping off his suit. And he says, Brooks, I met your friend, right? And I was like, oh. Then I said, let me get up and see what's going on with Atwater. So I go in the party, and Atwater said, Brooks, I'm talking to Prince, man. I'm spilling drinks all over him and everything.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was funny. That was funny. Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Atwater,
No,
my number one guy, man.
Let me ask you this, what club would that have been at? Was that Carlos and Charlie's?
No, this wasn't at a club. This was at the warehouse we used to rehearse at before
Flying
Paisley
Cloud
was
Drive?
built.
Okay.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
We've been Jay and I, actually, the
Yeah.
last day we spent in Celebration, we drove down. It's like a tire auto center now.
Oh, is there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember we used to rehearse at that place. That's where we did. Matter of fact, that's where we did Hard Life at.
Oh, shit.
And then we moved over. Then we moved over to Paisley, and we finished Hard Life. Because I know when you're watching Hard Life, you can see the front
Yes,
of
yes,
Paisley Park. Yeah, but we
yes.
started over there.
Right,
Yeah,
right. With Matt Fink's mom playing a character in that,
yeah,
and his father was in it as well.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
just watched that today. It's
Listen,
entertaining, man. Bet between you and Wally just clowning around in the jail scene, and Eric Leeds is the prison
right?
guard.
Yeah,
It's just clown. It's
it's
like
just
watching, like Three Stooges or something like that,
yeah,
you know?
and that's all it was. It was just
Right.
clowning around
Yeah.
because we were playing basketball at the warehouse at that time. And next
Right.
thing I know, I see this camera crew. I see a camera crew, right? And I'm wondering what's going on.
Uh-huh.
So we started doing some stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I never knew we was finna do something like that. But
Mhm.
he had a camera crew there, and we was doing some stuff, and we were just joking around, man. And next thing I know, I seen it on film. I was like, "What the
Yeah.
heck is
Oh,
going on?" Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah,
With
yeah,
the whole music of Madhouse in the background, right?
yeah.
So, talk about the Madhouse videos and stuff like that, because you were a part of that as well, weren't you?
I was not a part of
Oh,
Madhouse.
right, right, right.
I was just
Just the
there.
hard life.
Yeah,
Just the hard
yeah,
life stuff, right?
yeah. I
Okay.
wasn't a part of Madhouse. That was Eric Lee's thing. You
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but the music of the Madhouse was in the background
It
of
was
all
in the
these different.
background.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly,
yeah. Okay,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Greg, what was the Sign of the Times experience like filming the movie and, doing the different vignettes and things? Can you talk about that experience?
on the signs of the time we were, and I didn't know he was going to try to do filming other signs of the time, but of course
Mhm.
Prince filmed every night, every show he filmed. You know what I mean? And we kept adding on, like the part where, well, I walk out and then I'm talking to Wally at the bar,
Right.
Mhm.
and then I take off running. All that was kind of like an add on. It
Sure.
was an add-on. We didn't do that every night on the show. That was an add-on for the film.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it was a good experience for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I always talk stuff. I always told Prince, man, whatever happened, man, I do it all. Do it all. I do it all. You know what I'm saying? I do it all, man. And he was like, oh, okay, because let me tell you, I'm gonna share this with you. I'm gonna share. He came to me and said he had a dream about me one day. He had a dream. He had a dream that I was sitting in a bar and he came through the door and he said, I was sitting at the bar, Brooks, and you had five ladies around you, circling you at the bar. And he said, Brooks, you were so sharp. You were so sharp. But people was like, man, that guy real sharp. But why does he have that hat on? So he told me from that point on, he never wanted to see me without the hat.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Greg, you just set us up for the question of a lifetime. So
Yes.
we've got to talk about Frank, the legend of Frank, the fur hat that you wear. That's your visual trademark, right?
Right.
And when I saw you at the green room last year, June, and I yelled, "Greg, motherfucking Brooks," to you,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
wearing Frank,
Right.
and Hucky would tell us stories about Frank. Man, that guy always wear the hat out, and he never took it off.
Never.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
how did the legend of Frank?
But see, Frank started. That was my dad's hat.
Oh,
Okay.
That was my dad's hat.
oh
And,
wow,
when we went on tour with Prince always went out on tour in October.
yeah,
So he can be gone from Minneapolis in the winter, right?
Mhm.
So I had the hat with me all the time because it was going to be winter. So I wore the hat. I wore the hat. And he just thought that was something. just thought that was real interesting, man, that hat. And why was I wearing that hat all the time? You know.
Right.
So he
Sure.
wanted to make something out of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And that, but it was my dad's. It belonged to my dad.
Wow.
And my
And that's
dad
the
didn't
same
give it to
hat.
me. My dad
So,
didn't give it to me. I stole it.
yeah.
Yeah, I stole it. I stole it.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love it.
So yeah, that's how that came about.
But wait a minute, Greg, that's the same hat that we met you wearing? That's the
Yeah,
same hat your father Man,
that's the same one. See, that's the
wow.
original hat. That's the
Yeah.
original hat.
Damn.
When we were on tour, they bought a couple other hats so I wouldn't sweat that out on stage.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay,
we
okay,
did have
fair enough.
other hats, but that one there is the original one.
Damn.
Yes,
You're honoring your father that way.
man. My dad.
That keeps your dads with you. It keeps your
I
dad
tell
with
you,
you, right?
that's my hero, man.
Come on, man. Of course.
Yeah, that was my hero.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. And then Brandy, my dad loved my daughter, Brandy.
Mhm.
Brandy. So we were in Minnesota. We were in Minnesota and Brandy and my girls and her mom used to come and visit me in Minnesota, but I used to take Brandy to rehearsals, right?
Oh wow,
I
Brand
used
and
to take
Brandy's on
Brandy.
the tread here. Hey, Brandy, shout out to you, my
Oh,
dear.
yeah.
Brandy, yeah. Because you know what? When we were doing the birthday party show, when
Sure,
we did the birthday party show in
sure,
Detroit,
right. Yeah,
I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but Prince
yeah.
had brought Brandy out on stage and they cut that out. But what
Okay.
happened, let me tell you what happened after the show. The next day, I went to the mall, right?
Mhm.
And I'm walking through the mall, and then I see these pictures of Prince, me, Wally, and Jerome. And then I see the picture of Prince holding Brandy. And I was trying to find out who took those pictures, right? They wouldn't give me the guy's name, so I left my telephone number, and he ended up calling me. And I got
Wow.
that picture. I got that picture of Brandy, you know.
Yep.
Got
If
that
there's
picture of Brandy. Yeah.
Hey,
And it
Greg, if
came up
there's
missing several times, so but I got it.
wow, if there's
Yeah.
any way you can send us a copy of that picture, we'll put it in the post-production
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
I'd
the
love
people
to.
so the
Yeah.
people can see that. If there's any way you can make that happen, an
Well,
email or whatever.
Brandy hear you right now. So just
Brandy, send
Brandy
that
said
photo on down, girl. We wanna make sure you are represented loud and proud, my dear.
Right.
that's
My
my
man.
baby. I have 5
Hey.
I
girls.
sure will, no problem.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you,
Brandy.
Brandy.
Thank you. Thank
Hey, we
you.
got
Yeah,
family in the
Brandy.
house here too. The Brooks family's in the house, man. We
Yeah.
love it.
Hey,
Chill,
Brandy. That-
chilling with the electric vibe. I love it.
Come on, man. Dude, this is Greg, I told you the moment that we met, it's as though I've known you for a million years. You and I had just a connection, and Jay, you had a connection with him as well. It's just, man,
Well,
you just
and Greg, I want to talk about that really quick because when we
yeah,
were at obviously, Kurt and I have talked about you for years, and we've seen you. I
absolutely.
saw you live in '86 at Madison Square Garden with the Revolution.
oh yeah.
Saw you a couple
Yeah.
Yeah.
times, and so so obviously, we've been aware of you. And so when we were at the green room, I was like at the bar or something, and Kurt comes up to me and he goes, Brother Brooks is here. And I'm like, no. And he goes, yeah. He's like, come on. So that's when he brought me over. And that's when we got to meet you.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it was just, I mean,
Yeah,
it it's that kind of stuff that means so much to us because,
absolutely.
I mean, looking back on all the years, all the music and all the memories, and then we just get to have a sense of community where we say hello. We had a dap when we got there, talked a little
Absolutely,
bit,
man.
it was great. And just to be in the orbit now and having a conversation with you, it's really, really, important to Kurt and I. We're very grateful.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. And my mom always told me, be good to people and people will be good to you.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
man.
Right,
Be
right.
respectful to people and people will always be respectful to you.
And Greg, I saw a lot of people giving you love that night at the green room. Obviously, people that are have recognized you from the Prince community. What does that mean when you see folks that come up to you and want to just say hello to you and talk about some of the memories and things?
Well, say that again for me, please.
I was saying that at the green room we saw people coming up to say hello to you. They wanted to give a dap, and talk about some memories. What does that mean when the fans come up to you and just want to be in your orbit?
It's amazing, man, because I hadn't experienced that in a long time. And what was crazy, I'm gonna tell you, it was really crazy for me because when I was in Minneapolis at First Avenue last year, and people were telling me, Brooks, how much we miss you and how much we love you and this, that, the other. And this one woman came up to me, man, and this blew my mind. She had a tattoo of my face and my hat on the back of her shoulder. That blew my mind.
Wow.
It did. It blew my mind. I couldn't believe that. And they was like, Brooks, you really been missed here, man. And we, what I'm saying, I don't know why
Absolutely.
you been gone for so long, That blew my mind, really.
Greg, I got to ask you something. Can I get that side of squirrel meat?
When your body gets tired?
I mean, come on, man. Brother Brooks will be around in a minute with a bucket filled in
Look
at
at the
squirrel meat.
squirrel meat, right?
I got to ask you, the first time you even heard any reference to that, what the hell was that all about with Prince and the squirrel meat thing?
Was just on the swing, man. It's just something that came out. We were doing the signs of the time. And next thing you know, he says this thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, where'd that come from? It's just a thing that just brought out. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I just like squirrel meat.
Squirrel meat, yeah. That's crazy. And it takes my man Atwater to say it too. Brother, it takes Atwater.
People still reference that to this day.
No kidding.
Because it's places that I go to. And then I never tell people, but people that I'm with, you say, man, do you know who this is? And they say, he was with Prince. And then when they realize who I am, they come up with that line, when your body gets tired, Brother Brooks.
Man, come on.
They come up with that line, man. Crazy. That's crazy.
Or do they ever tell you, and listen, I didn't get to say this to you, a sweet, sticky thing.
Right. Yeah, I hear that one too,
man. Come on.
I hear that.
When you say that right before Hot Things starts,
I hear that.
Right.
I'm just like, this guy.
Yeah. I kind of want to give a shout out to Bonnie and Wally and Kat.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I told you when we talked to you before coming on here for the interview is that we want to let people know, look, we got to give the people like you, Greg, your flowers now while you're still here, because we're losing so many people over the years here.
We are. Yes, we are.
Since it's been 10 years since Prince has passed, right? We're over the 10-year mark now.
Right.
And we don't have Bonnie anymore, like you brought up Bonnie.
Yeah.
We don't have Kat anymore. We don't have Wally, but we have you, sir, here to tell the tales. And we are so appreciative of you telling them because, hey, you're a valuable part.
That means a lot to me.
Yep.
It means a lot to us, too.
It means a lot. It does.
And I love, Greg, I love the sense of community and camaraderie that Prince's legacy bears. When Kurt and I come to Minneapolis every year, we call it like our second home. We come to Minnesota, we're embraced.
No doubt.
People want, we form those relationships. And then we were having a conversation with Hucky, and Hucky was explaining how when people that worked for Prince or were in that inner circle get together, he literally said it could be like y'all haven't seen each other. You guys may not have seen each other for years, but you just fall right back into like you just saw each other yesterday.
Oh, for sure. And Hucky was my man. Now, don't get it wrong now.
Yep.
That was my guy, Hucky.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But, I miss Wally. I miss Wally, man. And I think of things, man. And Wally comes right to the front of my mind, man. When I just laugh, and I just laugh.
Yeah.
I think about Kat and I laugh, man. And Bonnie and I laugh.
We heard Bonnie could tell some jokes, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah, man. I used to say to Bonnie, one more time.
Yep.
Bonnie was crazy. I love those people, man. Yeah. Miko, I talked to Miko a couple weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
I talked to Miko. Me and him had a long conversation. I talked to, matter of fact, I talked to Matt just a couple days ago. I talked to Matt.
Cool.
I talked to Matt when he was when he got back from LA.
Okay, right.
Yeah. I talked to
Matt.
He
just did the fundraiser for My Day.
Yeah, with Paul Peterson. With Paul.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Paul, yep.
Sure
and Elisa Fiorillo. We love our Philly girl out there, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She's a real one.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the
Yeah.
fact that all you guys from all these different iterations of all the different Prince bands, the fact that you all know one another and, even if you didn't work with these folks, you all have a common sense, a common thread of having worked under this man and the
Yeah.
intense atmosphere that was there. So what is
Yeah.
it like talking to all the different people from all these different, bands and
It's
whatever?
amazing because they have stories, I have stories. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And we
Yeah.
can talk to each other about different stories,
Oh,
but it
sure.
was all containing the Prince. You know what I'm saying? It was all about Prince and this, that, the other. So it was amazing. It's amazing, man, when I can talk to people and that's what we talk about. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Unbelievable. This is
Yeah.
great.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what, Greg? I want to say thanks very much. This has been an honor for Kurt and I.
Yes,
After
sir.
having met you very briefly last year, but having you come on here, and like we said, it was a long time in the making. But you
Yeah.
taking your time out for us, we're extremely grateful to you.
And I'm glad to do this for you guys. I'm glad to do it for my man Kurt now. Kurt, I like Kurt now. I like Kurt. Kurt, my man. Yeah, but I
Uh,
appreciate him.
My
This year,
17-year-old self is in disbelief, Greg.
and
Let me tell you something.
my stock just went up.
Okay,
Talking to you guys, man, my
talking to
stock
us.
just
Okay,
went up.
we'll take
Yeah,
Oh,
that.
dude,
yeah,
we will
yeah,
take that. Listen, we
yeah.
will take that all day long.
And it's less than a month away. I mean, a month away. I'll see you guys.
Yes,
We
yes, we're
we
going to be there. We're
cannot
looking
wait.
forward
I'll
to
see
it.
you guys. I'll see you in Minneapolis.
Yep,
And
yep.
Yeah,
folks, for those
yeah.
coming to Minneapolis before the actual celebration starts, Greg is going to be showing up at the green room. Are you going to be at the show that Revelation does at the
I'm not coming in until the 3rd.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not coming in until the 3rd.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
we'll keep the
yeah.
seat warm for you, man.
I
We'll keep
appreciate it.
Abs-
we
absolutely.
know it.
Appreciate it,
We
man.
know it.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
We cannot wait to see you.
Yeah.
So, folks, Mr. Brooks has been in the house today, and I hope you all absorb all the different stories. There is so much more we want to cover with you, but you'll come back on, man, because just
Anytime for you, Kurt. Anytime.
and anytime we will have you anytime you want to come on, folks. If you like what you heard and saw today, please hit the like and subscribe button. With any one of our streaming formats, we are on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Podbean,
Spotify.
Spotify. Thank you, Jay. I knew I
Wait.
was going to forget one of them in the
We're,
mix. And
we're everywhere.
YouTube, of course.
Right.
Please hit the like and subscribe button on all those different so we can have more amazing guests like the one and only Greg Brooks. Man, you don't know, Greg. You do know because you and I have talked off the air.
Yes.
What a gift this is to get to talk to you. And there's so much more rich history. And please, we implore you, man. Please hear me when I tell you this. Please write a book about all this stuff. And I know you've got some stories and beyond Prince. Before you work with Prince and all that, please put it in a book form because your story deserves to be heard around the world, man. You were an amazing part of an amazing era in music and culture.
And I really hope people want to hear it, man.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We
Yeah.
do.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And as I always like to say, folks, before we end every episode, a rising tide lifts all boats. Mr. J. Silva, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm going to echo what Kurt said. Greg Brooks, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate you. We have love for you. Thanks for stopping by and seeing us. And we look forward to seeing you again. And as I like to say before we close every episode, when the universe comes knocking, you have to answer that door. Good night and peace.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you. Thank you.